Athletic Gamer back again. We all know the classic PS1 games, the Final Fantasies, Metal Gear Solids, the list goes on and on. Today what I wanted to do was share with you some of the games that have flown under the radar. Got good reviews at the time they came out, but no one seems to take much notice of them now. I've got just a few rules I've kept myself to for this list. Rule number one is that they must be in my collection. I've got about 200 odd games. And rule number two, they have to be a game that I've not really heard much about recently. They're not well-known, well-established franchises. Other than that, let's get on with the list. I'm trying to keep my videos shorter than usual, so this will be a two-parter. Tell me what you think down below if you like the shorter videos or you don't mind the longer ones. Anyway, let's get on with it.
Sled Storm is a fast-paced arcade racer, totally on snowmobiles. Although arcade in style, there weren't power-ups to collect to hinder opponents' progress. You had to rely on your skill. The best part of the game were the sheer amount of hidden paths and shortcuts on every course. It wasn't just pure racing that you had to rely on. You had to land tricks for points, which along with your time would come to see where you were placed at the end. This made multiplayer even more competitive. If you know the point blank games, then you won't be surprised at what Ghoul Panic has to offer. What is pretty much a reskin of the point blank games, Ghoul Panic offers a nice visual twist on what's already a solid light gun shooter. B-Movie, also known as It Came From Beyond, is a high-intensity, fast-paced game. You are the pilot that flies various spaceships as you attempt to protect the Earth and the people living here from aliens. With what feels like hundreds of enemies on the screen at one time, you will be thankful for the vast amount of weapons at your disposal, which are all customized to different locations on your ship. The plot is basic, but it sticks well to the genre of B-movies that it's stylized after. Cheesy moments will ensue for sure. The main gripe from this game is that the first few missions are very tiresome and very stretched out. Get past that and you're in for a lot of fun. Familiar with the Tony Hawk series? Then you will feel right at home with Dave Mirra's Freestyle BMX. Although it's made by different developers, the core gameplay is very much the same, apart from of course being on a bike. There's a vast amount of objectives on each level. Complete enough and you'll move on to the next location. It's simple fun, but you'll be hooked on trying to land that extra long combo or beat your last high score. Although an arcade, fast-paced style, much seen in the Tony Hawk's games, the riders here do have a more weighty feel to them. This can take some getting used to. A childhood favourite of mine, Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. As the title suggests, you're Bugs Bunny and you're travelling through time. The plot was somewhat weak, but that's not what's important here. What's important is the solid gameplay, bright vivid visuals, and well-expected Looney Tune charm.
Well, I'll bet you can't beat me, Furface.
For what is essentially a platforming game, controls and camera movements are key, and here we are not let down. Bugs Bunny moves with as fluid motion as you would see in his cartoons, with various special moves. Keeps the game interesting. The only minor problem here is that difficulty is slightly easy. I mentioned the Looney Tune charm earlier, and that's not just coming from Bugs Bunny. There's a various amount of other Looney Tune characters, from Daffy Duck to Elmer Fudd, Yosemite Sam, and my favourite, Marvin the Martian, who actually gets his own theme-based world, Dimension X. Voice acting is also superb, with dialogue and lines you would imagine coming straight from the cartoons. There was a sequel also on the PlayStation, which I do have in my collection, called Bugs and Taz Time Busters. That could be better, could be worse, I don't know yet. I haven't played through it. If you have, let me know what it's like down in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Another cartoon-based game here, Disney's Hercules, which came out to tie in with the movie of the same title. Unlike the Bugs Bunny game before, Hercules sticks to being a 2D style game, much like the movie was. However, on certain levels you could move back and forth through different layers of the level, and on occasion perspective would flip around behind Hercules and it would become more like a game similar to Temple Run on mobile devices at the moment. Controls here felt very smooth and sleek. Combat could become stale rather rapidly, however certain power-ups scattered throughout the world did add a much needed break from the monotony. Boss battles were also something to marvel at. What start off as rather easy turn into elaborate set pieces which look rather stunning. NHL Rock The Rink was a fast-paced, arcade-style hockey game where normal rules of hockey did not apply. The best part about this game was the violence. You could smash into your enemies, use your stick. There were mini game punch 'em ups. Lots of fun to be had here. Another great part of the game was the commentary. The guy delivering the lines with such enthusiasm and cheesy comedic touch was absolutely brilliant. Games were not timed but done on a score limit, first to 10 for instance, so they could drag on, which was the main reason I didn't get too far into the season mode. Not that there was much of a season mode, you literally just went through every single team in the game. But season mode's not really what you're after here. What you want to play this game for is the multiplayer. Lots of trash talk to be had.
So that was part 1. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you agree with some of these games being well worth it. Obviously they've all got their flaws, and there's a reason why they're not super well known. They're still fun and enjoyable to play. I'm not overly happy with the voiceover throughout the gameplay footage, but it's something I aim to work on and improve with. Let me know if you think there's any games that I've missed, or if you can guess some of the games that I'm going to talk about in the next episode. Anyway, the second part should be out soon. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. The Athletic Gamer out.